start with this simple production of the blanket, this fold of the blanket, and then roll it up neatly. We call this a Tootsie Roll, and it's so utilitarian, so great. So I'm going to invite you to do this, and then I will also invite you to squeeze it in thusly. And so it now becomes a tushy roll, with the idea to place it in between the heels so that if it's available to your knees, you can sit down on top of it. And then maybe scooping the flesh outwardly at the calves so that you can be in a nice comfy position. Now, if this doesn't give you enough height and it doesn't feel nice, if it doesn't feel nice, here we go. Yeah, however you want to make it is fine. Yeah, if it doesn't feel good, then we can shift to a, crisscross applesauce. But if it feels all right to be here, then we'll linger. Good. So it's almost as if it becomes like a donut, Yeah, and tail just sits in that little divot. Good. Okay. From here, the invitation is to just bring the palms to meet in front of you. Plug the thumbs into the sternum and then bring the fingers together so that there are no gaps between them. And then close your eyes because there's nothing to look at up here. Nice breath sounds. There is something to look at in there, in that space behind your thumbs. So we'll just bring ourselves to presence by asking this question. Where am I? And then further inquire, when am I? Now, ask yourself, how am I? Now relax your tongue. Notice any part of your body that is gripping or tight. Soften and let your sits bones be a little heavier. Draw your shoulder blades onto the back behind you. Take 2 more breaths to just be breathing. Nice. Let's begin yoga with yoga of the voice. 3 ohms. Inhale. Oh. 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 Mhm. Mm. A little smile as you bow the head to the heart. So honoring yourself here. And then just blinking the eyes open and shifting forward to the hands and the knees. Go ahead and stretch the legs out behind you. You can shift your blanket into position if you'd like, maybe unrolling it and putting it underneath your knees here. Okay, so we began with fingers close together and this to hold the energy inward. Now, the invitation to spread out the fingers broadly, because here your fingers become your foundation. And so let the belly swing to the earth, let the tail and the gaze lift up. On the out breath, raise the navel, round the back, tuck the chin, tuck the tail. And then carry on just this way, letting the breaths be long and slow and rich. Good. Ujjayi breath sounds are perfectly appropriate here. I hear them in a couple of places. That's great. Now, next, you'll take your exhale to a child's pose. But then carry on dynamically within the container of your breath. You place the movement. Nice. Keep moving. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, up to the hands and knees. Happy cow. Go ahead and indulge in this experience in the way that one would perhaps choose, ideally, to experience a vacation. You know, what are the markers of vacation? Well, not a lot of obligation. And so I submit to you all that listening to me is secondary, and that it would be preferable to have an experience of yourself, especially as you turn the toes under and lift the hips on your next exhale, downward facing dog, and just linger here for a little bit and find the nooks and crannies. Go to the places that are dense or tight. Pedal the legs. Yeah. Shake the hips, shake the head, yes and no. Wag around. I think most dogs are permanently on vacation. Ah, and then let it go. Let the knees come down. Open up the knees nice and broadly. Sit back into a child's pose. And go ahead and stack the hands, palms up on the sacrum. On your inhale, right arm sweeps above the head, rise up to a kneeling position. And if it feels good to have a little baby back bend at the top, you do. On your out breath, draw the navel nice and strongly towards the spine. Replace the right hand with the left and the left with the right. And so now left arm sweeps overhead. Good. Beautiful. Oh, I love, love, love the willowy elegance and the sort of immersive way that you're embracing possibilities. So we began with the right arm swept forward. We'll finish by bringing the left hand back into position, and it doesn't matter. Go until you're finished. And then you're going to slip into a child's pose, and the arms are going to reach out in front of you again. Take a couple of breaths in stillness. Hands and knees. Station the knees under the hips, so a little closer than they were before. Rotate your fingers towards the outer edges of the mat. And then if you've got some space in the wrists and you're willing to go a little further, at deepest, the middle fingers point down towards their respective knees. Yeah, and so find your edge. It can be anywhere out here. Go to your edge. Now feel the dispersion of energy. So open up the fingers broadly. Press your thumbs down, your index fingers, your middle fingers, ring fingers, baby fingers. Good. Now, there's a lot of sensation, likely, but there's not a lot of risk here. So allow yourself an opportunity maybe to sit back a little bit, to have even more sensation. So then as you unwind, plant the hands down and immediately return to downward facing dog. Your awareness moving to the wrists and the fingers and the experience of that flushing through the carpal tunnel. Nice. Let the knees come down. Step your right foot to the front. Come on up to kneeling. Right hand comes onto the low back. Left arm extends forward. Sweet. From here, go a little deeper in the front knee. Breath is flowing. Exhale. Left hand comes down. Back toes turn under. Pick up the back leg and step forward. Weave the fingers together behind your back. Give a little squeeze. Exhale, release the hands, ground energy through the outside and backs of the legs. Take a big breath in as you emerge. Sit back into the heels. Utkatasana. Nice. Good. Breath is flowing. Really nice alignment, Michelle. Take your bow. Let your right foot stride far back. Knee to the floor. Rise up. Left hand stationed on the low back. Right arm lifted. Sink a little deeper. On an exhale, come over. Step the left leg back, downward facing dog. So there's a likelihood that on a Tuesday, middle of the week at this hour, you've probably been problem solving and decision making and doing it right all day long. And so I would like to appeal to you to go on vacation now and don't try to accomplish anything. Instead, see if it's possible to enjoy. And so when next you're ready, the knees will come down. Step your right foot to the front, left hand on the low back, right hand on the low back, left arm sweeps overhead. Sink nice and deeply into the front knee. 2 breaths here. Now, you've heard me say it before, I'll say it again. Front base ribs drawing into the body. Brilliant. That was a glorious adjustment. And then from there, lifting the heart space, looking up with the eyes, but don't take up the chin. Sink a little deeper into the front knee. Bravo. Beautiful, Olga. One more breath. On the exhale, hands come down, pick up the back leg, step forward. Take the bind behind the back. Give a little squeeze, a little shake of the head. Release the energy down through the legs, and then sweep the arms up and capture some fresh prana. Bring it down into the heart and zip up your fingers. Relax your jaw and tongue. Simply shift weight into the heels. So the toes get light toed. Then draw the front base ribs into the body. Make your hips heavy. Good. Draw the fingers in towards each other. One more breath. Take your bow. Right foot strides back, knee to the floor. Left hand on the sacrum, right arm sweeps up. Nice and deep in the front knee. One more breath. Come up and over. Pick up the back right leg, step it forward. Take the bind behind the back. Give a squeeze. Exhale, move energy into the earth. And then in that new space, you can capture fresh prana. Bring it into your heart. Sit back as if into a chair. Holding the light inward for 2 more breaths. Yeah. Nice focus, Sanjay. When you're ready to let it go, do. Bow all the way forward. Right foot travels back, knee to the floor. Right hand on the sacrum, arm sweeps up. Sink into the front knee. Hands to the earth. Pick up the back leg and step it forward. Take your bind. Exhale, ground energy. And now rise. Bring light all the way through the heart line, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Take the arms up. Sit back, Utkatasana. Fierce pose. So feeling energetically the difference between flaring out the fingers and broadening the gap between the hands. Just feel what that feels like. We'll smile. Now, zip the fingers together, bring the palms to meet, And notice the difference in the energy. Exhale, let it go. Left leg travels back, knee to the floor. Right hand on the sacrum, left arm sweeps to the sky. Let's transition this way. Hands to the earth, step the right leg back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Knees to the earth. Right leg to the front. Both arms sweep upward. Anjaneyasana. Nice, nice. Yeah. Stay in the pose. Press your front right foot down. Press your back left knee down. Hug them energetically towards the midline. There you go. Good. Now zip the fingers together. Bring the palms to meet. Sink a little bit into the front knee. Beautiful. Big breath in as you come up. Hands to the floor. Pick up the back leg. Step it to the front. Take a bind behind yourself. Let go what isn't serving you so that you have space to invite more energy into the system. Let it travel all the way down and through. Get the arms up overhead once again. Sit back, Utkatasana. Just for the sake of experimentation and the flavor. Bring the fingers together and the palms meet. Take one full, passionate breath. And then let it go. Right foot travels back, knee to the floor. Both arms rise up, Anjaneyasana. Good, good. Fingers, palms, breath, depth. Ooh. Finish. Hands to the floor. Back leg steps forward. Take the bind. Ground energy. Invite more energy. Hold it at your heart. So the suggestion related to sharing heart energy is this, that there is a protocol, step-by-step protocol. The first one is you have to clear out the heart, yeah? And so what I want you to consider is that when you find yourself in the juice, and that prana is really percolating, as some of these poses take us to, recognize that as a purification process and a removal, burning out the negative seeds, or any resentment or, jealousy or what have you. And that way we can be assured that when we communicate from our hearts, it's clear, 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 clear. Okay. Take the arms up. Sit back. Utkatasana. Bravo. What is your breath doing here? We'll be here for 3 more breaths, and so you choose when you're ready to turn the volume up. You just bring the fingers together, and then you invite the palms to meet, and then you go to the breath and you fix your awareness here, not with any worry, but with excitement. Ooh. and then let go. And just sink into the deliciousness, just the delight of sweet prana. Sway, twist, dangle. When you're willing, the knees will soften. The right foot will stride far back, and the knee will come to the floor. Then keep the back toes turned under behind you and step your left foot a little bit to the left. Bravo. Take the arms up. Okay. It is sufficient to have a little back bend here or to deepen your experience in the front knee. But if you're moving by prescription, and what I'm going to invite you to do next, do this. Let the front knee be directly over the ankle. Back toes turned under. In your mind, go to the inner upper thighs. So just in your awareness, the inner upper thighs. And then you're going to spiral them towards the sky. It's essentially an internal rotation that looks like this. The back knee lifts. And then the back knee descends. Oh, okay. Relax. Bring the hands down. Let me demonstrate here. This is the inner upper thigh, and we're spiraling them towards the sky. And when I produce a down dog, that way it looks like this. And so it's subtle. I don't know if you can see it, but the inner upper thighs are spiraling towards the sky. Okay, let's go back. Left foot to the front and a little to the left. Back toes turned under, left knee above ankle. If you're staying at a low lunge with the back knee down, go ahead and produce Anjaneyasana. This is a perfectly great pose all by itself. But then if you want just a little more heat, a little more rigor, awareness of the inner upper right thigh, when you're ready, inhale, spiral it to the sky. Beautiful. Exhale, just gently land it. Hey, once again. Bravo. All right, now, fingers together, palms together. Woo! One more time. Yeah, now let it go. Take the front leg back. Downward facing dog. Knees to the floor. Right foot forward. Back toes turned under. Anjaneyasana. Nice transition, Daniel. That was good. So if you broaden the gap a little to the left and the right, it gives you more stability so that when you're willing, your awareness of the left inner upper thigh spiraling towards the sky. Oh, gorgeous. Descending on the exhale. Fingers together, palms meet. Like you're piercing the sky. Beautiful, Michelle. Good, Sanjay. Last one. Hands come down. Adho Mukha Svanasana. If it's happening on your mat, it's happening in your life. And so did you go back to work? It's vacation. It's vacation time.
Absolve yourself of obligation. If you lay down and do Shavasana right now, you are well within your rights. But if you want to come play with me, it's like volleyball on the beach. Let the knees come down. Step your right foot to the front. And we're going to do this. Bring both hands inside the front right foot. From here, the option to keep the right hand planted for stability, bend the left knee and see if you can catch the ankle behind you. There you go. Activate the back foot as if it were standing on something. And then this already, all by itself, might be plenty. You have this option to go deeper in the front knee. Yeah, that has a lot of juice. So I'm going to give you some more variations. But like I said, you're under no obligation. Maybe come up to kneeling. And if you're here, maybe you try to take the right arm back. And then since you're here, at its deepest depth, the invitation to press the right foot down, press the left knee down, and hug them energetically towards each other. That was beautiful. That was really nice shift. One more breath. Let go. Down dog. Your upper thighs. Sense them and do a little spiral towards the sky. You'll feel the heels slightly separate from one another. Now keep that action there, that gentle action at the thighs as you soften the knees and bring them down. Notice how this calls on your abs just a little bit. Good. Left foot to the front. Activate the back right foot. Take a little dip. Start to figure out what this side will allow. Totally different side. Good, Olga. Yep. I like the experiment. You're so close. So here, bring your left hand on the floor, other hand, right hand comes back. Now you got it. That's it. Very good. Two more breaths. Don't give up. But do let go. Down dog. Let the knees come down. Step your right foot to the front and a little to the right. Come all the way up with the arms. Capture some prana. Draw it into your heart. Front base ribs into the body. Good. Inhale. On the exhale, left elbow comes to the outside of the right knee. Gorgeous. Yeah. Everybody feel the arch of your right foot a little bit more. Bring the fingers together.
Turn the belly button to the right. Nice. Telepathy is real. If you have not already, turn the back left toes under and spiral the inner upper thigh to the sky. 2 more breaths, wherever you're at. Enjoy. You'll finish. Returning the hands to the floor, picking up or just stepping the left foot forward. Take the bind behind the back. Ground energy on an exhale. Sweep the arms and capture some prana on the inhale and bring it into your heart. Utkatasana, sit back. Yeah, breath is flowing. Nice, nice, nice foundation, everybody. Let go. Right leg back, knee to the floor. Come up with the arms. Bring a little light into the heart. Take the twist. Got about 3 breaths left. If you want to turn the back toes under and pick up the back knee. Good. Keep the breath moving. Keep the breath moving, because just like that, we're undone. Back foot steps forward. Take the bind. Now let go. Now recharge. And sit into Utkatasana with courage. Bow. Step walk, find your way back to down dog. From down dog, raise your right leg, bend the right knee, stack the hips. Ardha, Adho Mukha Svanasana, half down dog. I'll invite you to play here. Maybe take the right leg and swing it around. Imagine what space might be available in the hip. And then on an exhale, you're going to swing the leg all the way to the front, land the knee just behind the right hand. Once you're here, activate your right foot and then lengthen the left leg behind you. Bring the top of the foot onto the floor. Good. Top of the foot on the floor, toes extending out of the leg. Okay. From here, press the right knee down, press the left knee down, and energetically hug them towards the midline so that you can square the hips, and from there, sink down. Maybe start to fold forward. So I mentioned earlier the idea of risk and sensation and putting those two things together.
When we are numb in our bodies for whatever reason, and it's easily done because, you know, culturally and our social, stuff, you know, we're predisposed to a certain amount of numbness or insensitivity. And so when that happens to us, we tend to respond to all sensation as pain, which is why this experiment is so lovely, because there's not a lot of risk. What that means to you is this rich sensation is just sensation. PAIN, pain, works on a different nervous pathway than this. So if we judge it as pain, we will avoid it. Now, I'm yip yapping because it takes about 90 seconds for the mind to stop analyzing the sensation and just kind of give up, like, oh, we're here. So now that we're here, see if you can sink a little bit more into acceptance. And as you breathe, watch the sensation dissolve. 5 slow, complete breaths. No hurry. When you're ready, on up. Reverse your pose to down dog. Notice the difference between the two sides. And let me ask if there's an energetic difference between the side of your body that's still at work and the side of your body that went on vacation already. And then let's take the other side on vacation. It's the left leg rising up, stacking the hips for half down dog. And once you get up there, you can play around and experiment with the position. You can work into the hip. Soon you'll be willing to let the left knee land just behind the left hand. Lengthen the back leg behind you, pop the top of the foot onto the floor. Activate the left foot and send it a little more forward. Then left knee, right knee, hugging into the midline to square the hips and the heart so that you can drop down into a deeper depth. Yeah, good. Different side, likely different sensation. 5 breaths. Be complete.
in your time, you're just gonna come up enough that you can roll over onto your back. Here, we're going to do a supported bridge. My recommendation is to take the block at the middle level, because that way you can either lift it up or take it lower, depending on what your needs are. And so pressing the feet down, picking the hips up, and stationing the brick closer to the tailbone than to the waistline. Feel free to experiment with lengthening the legs. Heels resting on the floor, shoulder blades nestled beneath the back body. Please protract your next inhale. Slow it down, drink it in. More volume of breath than any breath so far today. Then let it go slowly and completely. Do that again, just 2 or 3 more times. Finding a static position and then imbibing on the breath, really drinking it in slow and deep. Nice. Last minute. 5 breaths maybe. There is no urgency. Taking one leg at a time, bending one knee at a time, placing the feet on the floor, picking the hips up, releasing the block. Windshield wiper knees, side to side, please. And then if you like a little happy baby, you can draw the knees into the body, hold on to the feet or the ankles. As you finish, corpse pose. Shavasana is next. Deep breath and let it go with a sigh. Ah. The gesture is one of trust. As you recline into the embrace of the earth, you trust that your practice has provided. And indeed, as you take this next effortless breath, you recognize you have everything that you need right here. right now. It's really time. Put away the work, to set aside the problem solving. There are no goals to reach here. So a little bit at a time, you soften toes, fingers, tongue. You rest a little more, relax. Hips, shoulders, sinking. Face, expressionless, breath, so peaceful. Allow your next breath to deepen. Mm. But there's no hurry. Just joy, ease. Once again, let your breath deepen so that you can enjoy. Mm. When you're ready to reawaken, take the time to smile. Brush the thumbs across the fingertip. And eventually to gather yourself up and roll over onto your side. As you rest on your side, I'll share with you words of my teacher. He says, luck is the residue of design. Luck, good luck, is the residue of design. And so as you rest on your side right now, recognize that you have designed this moment. Let the gratitude effervesce. So grateful for this moment and all it contains. So grateful. Feel how lucky you are. Oh man. And then bring that up with you. We're going to spend the last 2 minutes in Kaya Stira. And that just means a still body. And so you come up to your meditation seat so that you can simply be still and enjoy the stillness. As you let your palms meet once more in front of your heart, please accept my gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for being here, for sharing your practice with me and with each other. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This practice of yoga is